Hello and welcome back to Wild Sun Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please, confusion. Like or comment or subscribe and or share this video if you think that it is very fun, which I personally do. So I was watching Pam from the Paper Outpost, and she was debuting her May DigiKits. And then she did this fun thing that I don't think she does all the time, and I really super enjoyed it. She made a bunch of projects using the little cards that she was debuting. And I was sort of between things when that came out on the 1st of May, and I had a bunch of stuff on my desk. And so I just started playing with whatever I had. And of course, I didn't have her DigiKits at that point. So I just used stuff that was hanging around. So one thing I had was I'd been doing some projects, and I'd cut off the bottom of a paper bag so that I could, I don't know, I can't actually remember what I was doing. Maybe I made a little journal or something. Anyway, she made an envelope. So I don't really know if you can see the zigzaggedy lines that are sort of like these zigzaggedy lines. But that's what this is. I folded it up and folded it down. And on the back, I added in a pocket, and I put in some little cards. These are all my own designs, which someday I'll make DigiKits out of. And this is a paper cut border. And the piece of paper wasn't very wide, and I kind of wanted a little bit of a wide envelope. So I just cut out pieces of purple paper that became the sort of enclosed the envelope. And I ended up gluing it right over the top of this yellowy card. Oops. Anyway, here is another border paper cut. A little drawing. And inside, Luna Rosu, I think that's how you say her name, taught me how to ink the page so it looks like really old and super worn. So these are some drawings I did on papers, and I inked them to make them fake old pages, but a person could write on them. So these papers are in my envelope. So this was Pam's first project with some of her cards from the new DigiKits. And her second project, oh no, this is another envelope. So I had a piece of paper that I'd like really, really, really enlarged some doodling lines. You can see how kind of pixelated or crazy these are. So, but I kind of liked it. Like it looks, I don't know, I like it. So I put a card as a pocket with some little taggities. This is one of my postcard images that I shrunk. This is another one, my beautiful woman. So there are those, and that opens up. There's some really fun washi tapes that I've been collecting these days. They're all in black and white. It's really fun. And here's a card, and here's some more papers that I've drawn, and this one is kind of fun. And so these papers go in the envelope, and I closed the envelope with washi tape, and it started tearing almost immediately. So I got some just clear packing tape And if I do this, maybe you can see the shine. So that's how I closed that up. And I like the back so much I didn't put anything like another pocket or something on the back because I really liked it like that. And then Pam made she actually used a Japanese binding technique to make a little book, and I made a little book using something kind of like the Spacious Envelope journal. There are 2 signatures in this book. I don't know if Pam did or did not. So there's some cards in these little half pockets. I can't actually remember how I did the construction of this. Maybe it was a long, it was one of those like half-page envelopes. I don't know. I can't remember. I glued a bunch of envelopes together and I put a spine on it and put stuff on the insides and the outsides, and I made pockets for cards and color and all that. So I think I must have closed the envelope and then taken a little snip off the just the edge here to open the envelope up to be a pocket. And then I had a whole bunch of papers that I cut in half and made, I don't know, just pretty pages. And I put little charms on the stitching. So yeah, more cards and more cards and more cards. I love this image so much. And then Pam made a bookmark, and I hope this goes without saying, Pam's imagery and style is very different from mine, or mine is very different from hers. And so I was using cards that I had drawn that just happened to be on my desk, and she was using her images from her vintage digikits. So my stuff and her stuff look really different, but that's actually kind of fun. And I will link down below in the description. I'll give you the link to that video of hers so you can compare and contrast. The next thing Pam did was she took a vintage envelope that she had, and it was kind of little and it was really sweet, and it had somebody's name, and so I just sort of used my name. And look, the return address is Divine Love, Everywhere Avenue, Yorktown, USA. So I had shrunk some of my postcard rubber stamp images so much that I could make little fake postage stamps out of them. So that's the postage. And in my Wednesday art group at the Camden Library, which by the way is open to all, just go to the Camden Library website of Maine, not of New Jersey, because there is a Camden Library in Camden, New Jersey, but this is the Camden Library in Camden, Maine. And you'll find the Wednesday afternoon links to get admitted, which is free. It's just so anyway, if you want to join in, you can. And so we were making fake washi tape, and that was one of the ones that I had made. And another, sorry, I'm being all yawny. Now you're going to yawn and you're going to be mad at me. Sorry. So these are more of these postcard images, which I really like. See, here's the one on the front. Here it is, as it's small enough to be a postage stamp, and here it is big enough to be a postcard. Hello. And the woman, isn't she pretty? It's like me when I was 20 something. And the heart, which I like so much. And Pam's next project, she actually, I think, made her project as a trifold, and I made mine as a zigzag. But there's a tuck on the front page and a little notebooky scratch pad thing and a pocket with some more houses in it. I guess I could put them in like that. And some flowers that say hello. And a belly band and a pocket, another one of those cards, and some, oh, this is the front cover, so we're back there again. So she did that, and she used all her cool images, and so that was very awesome. And then she made kind of just a big journaling card, and she used her sewing machine, and my sewing machine is very far away in the house, and I was too lazy to get up, so I just sat and did the non-lazy thing of hand stitching around. So there's a cross stitch and a bunch of chain stitches. So that's my journaling card, and she had suggested, like maybe pasting it on a page in your journal, or you could use it as a pocket or whatever you want. And this, I had to actually write down what she called it. It's called a stretch out and go back. So I used some words and phrases that I had. I used lace. She used, I think, what's that called? Silk sari ribbon instead. And I didn't have any silk sari ribbon, so I used various laces that I had, and various words, and various little bits of washi tape that I had. How about this? I belong here. Is that an issue for you, or am I the only human who thinks stuff like that? Like, I don't belong here. Well, we do, because we say we do. And really, God is so stupid that he created us. Sorry, whatever. If the great spirit, the spirit of the universe, is so dull and unimaginative that it created a human, such as myself, for example, that it did not want to be here, then it's kind of all on the spirit of the universe. So until we hear otherwise, I belong here. Okay, so here is one of the star images from one of the postcards, and I cut it. Oh, I guess both of these are from the same postcard, and I cut it apart, and I put some gold on, flashy gold. Is that flashing for you? Yes. And some lace. And this is just this trifold with lots of little pockets and little cards and more cards. And these are number cards, which I think are completely hilarious. I don't know. They're just sort of vaguely silly. So, yeah. Yep. And then in the middle, there's this little set of note cards. They're all the same. And these are kind of like overgrown, what do they call them? Photo corners, something like that. And then this, I love this way of, I call this sort of a map page in a book, because it's kind of folded, the crazy way you do maps. So I think this goes like this and this, and more cards, and more really super fun washi tape. And the last thing that Pam did in her video was she took a brad and she linked together 3 cards. And of course, I have lots of postcards and not so many digitals. So I made a postcard stack of gradually shrinking or enlarging. I mean, it has that heart, right? So I just want to say super, super thank you, Pam, for inspiring me to make all kinds of fun and ridiculous things. And my blessing for all of us is may we find inspiration just all over the place and make our own stuff in our own style and celebrate everybody. And the little sparkles go flying across the world. I guess around the world is a better. So now I get some little sparklies. Yes, so I wish you a very happy day with lots of art and inspiration from all over the place. And I will see you next time. Thanks for coming by.